Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of the big ol' antique thrift store haul that I want to show you guys. So we're just going to get right into it. So after my bride and groom, we hit up another place. Okay, so another movie. For those of you that don't know, I like to collect old VHS tapes from my childhood because I loved watching movies when I was a kid, and my mom loved making us watch movies. She's like, you've got to see this movie. Anyway, so several movies became very important in my childhood, and I found one at a resale shop for $1, and that was What About Bob? I love that movie. Richard Dreyfuss and Bill Murray. Gotta love Bill Murray in this movie. It's hilarious. I will say it's a little, when I watched this, I was young. Like, I'm almost 40 now, so the humor in this is a little different from when I was a kid, but it's still a classic. Absolutely love that movie. So I found that. And then this I found. Okay, let me explain something. So, I'm going to shut that fan off. Okay, so, when was it? Probably, man, was it maybe 2 years ago? I showed an antique store haul, and I was so excited to show you guys because at this antique store was a whole shelf of crocheted dolls. So dolls with crocheted bodies. So like the body's crocheted and then she stuffed it with polyfill, or they stuffed it with polyfill. And then there were also dolls with crocheted dresses. And I remember looking at them and thinking, man, I really want those. But she was asking like $5 a piece, and I was like, I don't want to spend that because that means I'm going to have to pick one or two to get, and I don't want to do that. I want a lot. So I thought, you know what, I'll pick out 2 or 3 and I'll go up there and I'll ask her, you know, would you take this for these? And I went up there and she's like, you know what, you can just have them. You can have them. Take as many as you want. And I was like, oh. And my husband, I'll never forget, he's like, don't be, what did he say? Don't be stingy. Don't go take it all. Leave some for other people. And I was like, okay. Anyway, so I went and grabbed a bunch, and she just gave them to me, and I had a whole trash bag. Anyway, the same place. This was the same antique store. She still had a few crocheted dolls there. Hindsight, I should have grabbed a couple more, but I didn't. I only grabbed 2, and the granddaughter was working. The woman that actually told me the last time I was in there I could have these for free, she wasn't there, and the granddaughter was working, and she went and looked, and she's like, $5 a piece, and I was like, but the reason I decided to do it was because I had 2. I had her, and I had this because I thought it was so cute. It's a pig head with the little body and the little tail. And she's like, okay, $5 a piece. My phone is messing up and I don't know why. $5 a piece. And I was like, okay, so here's my real quick thought process. She is probably worth, I mean, great crocheting, slip. She's got her shoes, her hair. I've never seen one that's got hair this long. Usually they're up to the head short. She's got a little slip. She did a great job crocheting her. Her arm and her head, her arms and her head are together. Okay, she is probably worth 10 to 12 bucks. 12 being a little high. You know, I'm gonna change that. 8 to 12 bucks. 12 bucks being a little high, 8 being on the about average low side. And I thought, okay, so halfway in the middle, $10. So if, let's say, I'm getting her for $5, but I would value her more at like $10 to $12. So that means this isn't really that bad of a price to pay $5. So $5 for each. She's worth 12, $10. Do it. So I got these two. And she is so pretty. Her eyes, her hair, her little head thing, which has the little triangle pieces that stick out, but they're like folded down like that, which it's on a little sideways, but she's a little Dutch girl. So I grabbed these, and I grabbed this one. It's so cute, with the little pig head and the little hat. And then I found something that I have never seen in my life, ever. I didn't even know these existed. And the way it worked was I saw this laying on a shelf, and I was like, movie viewer? What is that? So I picked it up, and it's this. And I asked my husband, I'm like, honey, what is this? And he's like, well, look through it. And I look through it, and you turn it, and it's a movie. It plays a movie. So let's see if I can get this. I don't think I can get this to work. I am not going to be able to get it to work. Dang it. There we go. But I was like, you have got to be kidding me. I have never seen anything like this. And you look through it, and it's got a little focus thing. So if you're looking through it and it's out of focus, you just turn the little thing till it comes into focus. And this is Bugs Bunny and Yosemite Sam. But it is so cool. And it was $12, and I thought, I really want to get this. So I was like, you know what, forget it, I'm getting this. I've never seen this before. I've never seen these little, and I was scared to do this because I didn't know how this works, but they just pop out, and it's the movie. I didn't write that, somebody else wrote that, but, and then you just push it back in, and then when you look through it and watch the movie. So I was like, that is so cool, honey. So I grabbed it, and then we walk around, and then that's where I find her and then the little pig, and I thought, well, that's about all I can find, honey. There ain't nothing else I want. And I came across another one with 2 movies. Now, okay, so the first one I found was $12, right? That was for the one movie in it and this thing. This was $35 with 20% off. So I think it came down to $26, I think. And I thought, okay, so that's $12 for this. And then let's say, I don't know, 10 for this, maybe 8, 9, 10 bucks for this. And then another 8, 9, 10 bucks for this. It's a little expensive. I didn't want to go that high, but I've never seen these before, and I just came across 2, and one has an extra movie. So I was like, I don't care. I'm doing it. And this one is in better shape, and it has, this is Cinderella. This one's Cinderella. And this one's Disney's, I mean, obviously it's Mickey Mouse, Goofy, and Donald, but Lonesome Ghosts. It is so adorable. And I told my husband, I was like, I have never seen these. We go antique shopping, thrift store shopping all the time, and I have never seen these before. And I just come across two. I'm not leaving without it. So that's going into my collection of my Viewmasters and that other little red thing. I was so excited to find these. But anyway, so I got that. And I wanted to tell you guys, on the way home, like, it's a 9.5, 8 hour drive. 8, depending how much we stop. So I was looking through the stack of Workbasket magazines that I showed you guys in the part 1. And I found something that just, I couldn't believe I've never found it before. Or seen it in magazines before. And it was, let me get this to show you guys. Hold on a second, I've got these little hummingbirds hanging from it. It was this. So I found this years ago at an antique store, and I have never found one that has both of the little hot pads. It's for your kitchen. It's a rolling pin, and it's got the, you know, this crocheted around it, and then these hang off of it, and these are your little hot pads. I have never found one that actually has both the hot pads, besides this one, obviously. And yeah, so I was like, you know, I bought this and I loved it. It's got a super tiny little rolling pin on it, or around it, but I was like, I love this little thing. And in one of those Workbasket magazines, it showed, I'm not 100% sure if it was a miniature one like this or a big one, like a normal size one, but it had, oh, you've got to be kidding me. If you go into my channel, in the last few tutorials, there is a tutorial for a vintage antique block, flower block that I made. I find these at antique stores all the time, and I can only find a couple colors, and I was like, you know what, I want more than just those colors. So I sat down and I picked through all the stitches and I recreated it and made a tutorial. Well, the one in, and I have no idea which Workbasket magazine it was, had this, and then had those squares hanging from it. And I was like, I want to make that. So I decided that I wanted to find an old rolling pin at antique stores, thrift stores, what have you, because I want to make this. I want to recreate it and do it as a tutorial. Well, I did not know that, because I see rolling pins in old antique stores all the time, right? I did not know that they were so dang expensive. I should rephrase that. More than I would want to spend, right? But these things are going for like $8 to like $25 for these old rolling pins. And I found this one for $8, and I thought, I don't want to spend that much money on it, but I really want to make these, and that's like the cheapest I've found so far out of all these antique stores that I've been to. And I thought, forget it, I'm gonna get it. So I found this, well, my husband found it for me actually, and I was like, you know, I really want to do that. I want to make that thing. So I got this, and I am going to make that at some point, the little kitchen hanger, and then it's going to hold those blocks. I should have marked it in the magazine, but I didn't. I'll have to flip through there and find it at some point. But I got this rolling pin for $8, and it works great. But that's something that I picked up. And then we went to a thrift store that is affiliated with a hospital. So I don't know if it's all of their proceeds go to this hospital, or if it's through the auxiliary, or if it's or if it's through the auxiliary. I'm not 100% sure how it works, but They had so much stuff in there, and it was cheap, and I was just like, ooh, I want that, want that, want that. So I got a whole bag of stuff. And would you believe I found 2 more work baskets for 50 cents each. And then this old doilies magazine for 50 cents, and it is copyright 1958. So one of the biggest pet peeves of mine is when I buy antique or vintage patterns or books or anything like that, when they put the sticker on there, that drives me insane. And I know that, you know, how else are they going to market, right? It's just, can you figure out another way? Don't put stickers on old, like 1958, and you put a sticker on it. So now I'm going to have to figure out how to get that off, or if I even can without ruining the cover. But there are some very pretty doilies in here. Look at that one. Of course, the 2 I flipped to are the ones on the covers. Oh, look at that one. I thought that was cool, and for 50 cents. And then these. This one has a very pretty Afghan on the cover. What year are these? Oh, September 1961. And this one is January 1958. For 50 cents. I couldn't pass it. I was like, yay! So I got those. And then I've been getting some CDs that I had when I was in high school that I don't have anymore, or I do, but they're really, really scratched. This was one of them, Mark Wills. I love the song Wish You Were Here off the CD. I love that. So I grabbed that for $1. And then I had to get these for 25 cents each. Now a lot of you probably aren't going to care about these, but I had to. The Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars, Sword in the Stone. I love Robert De Niro, The Awakening, or Awakening, not The Awakening. Selena. I love that movie. I still bawl every time I watch that. Of course, for 25 cents, The Wizard of Oz. This is my husband's pick, Surviving the Game. This is a classic of Mice and Men. Then, of course, you got to get Blazing Saddles. And I like Robin Williams, too. Insomnia. And then Mothman Prophecies for 25 cents each. I mean, how could I pass that up, right? Okay, now I am down to the last one. And this is exciting because I have something big I wanted to show you. And I'll show it last. Okay, so this was $1 or $2. I don't remember. But I love these little pillows like this. I think these are so stinking cute, and I like to use them to decorate. But you know, somebody made this, and I thought it was so stinking cute. He loves me not. It doesn't matter. I'm all he's got. I think that is too stinking cute. So I will definitely set this up somewhere. And then my husband found these. I'm going to show you first. There's 3 of them. This, and they're full. I'll show you in just a second. This little one. I mean, and it's in great shape. And this one. And they are full of recipes. Uh-oh. Look at that. So I have found several recipe boxes in the past, my husband and I have, and they will have index cards in them that haven't been, like, there's no recipes written on them, or they're just empty. And so once in a while we'll find one that has recipes in it like this, and it makes me so sad because it makes me think, like, a grandma or a mom or someone for years had these and had these recipes in there that she, you know, they, whatever, loved, and always went to that recipe to make whatever it was, you know, try to keep it from slamming. And she loved that, right? And you're selling it, you're getting rid of it. And it's just, it's sad. It makes me sad because it's like, I would love to have my grandma's, you know. And, oh yeah. My husband's like, we're not passing this up. I said, no, I want these. So, today's actually Sunday. I'm late on filming this. The next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, one of those days, I am going to start filming for Cooking with Alana again. And I think I'm going to start going through these, and then plus my All in the Family cookbook that I have. And I'm going to start going through here, and I'm just going to pull out a recipe and cook it. Rhubarb crunch. Cup of flour, 3/4 cup quick oats, a 1/4 teaspoon salt, cinnamon, sugar, melted oleo. Yeah. Oh, and the rhubarb bread. I mean, look at that. Like, that is, and the smell. The smell. It smells like grandma. Like, I just want to shove this in your guys' face and be like, smell that. Oh, I love this. Focus on me. There it went. Man, I've got bags under my eyes. But anyway, like, look at this. This is red cinnamon cucumber pickles. What? It says peel and remove middle section of 8 or 9 large cucumbers. Slice as for apples. Soak overnight in 2 cups lime, 8.5 quarts water. Drain, wash, soak in clear water for 3 hours. Drain again and cover with water. 1 cup vinegar, 1 bottle red food coloring, 1 tablespoon alum. I don't know how you pronounce that, but I know what it is. Boil for 1 hour. Drain. Rinse off to be sure of getting alum out. Make a syrup of 2 cups vinegar, 10 cups sugar, 2 cups of water, 12 or 14 ounce cinnamon red hots. I think that says ounce. 8 cinnamon sticks, 2 teaspoons salt. Bring to a boil. Pour this over the cucumbers and let stand overnight. Drain. Syrup off. Heat to boiling and pour back on cucumbers for 3 mornings. The 4th morning, heat and put into jars. Make 10 to 12 pints. Very pretty and good with meat. Let's see this one. Oatmeal cookies. Aww. Oh. From Miss Frances Tompkins, Herdland, Missouri. 1 gallon corn, 1 cup, oh, 2 canned corn, 1 gallon of corn, 1 cup sweet cream, 1 cup sugar, 1/4 cup salt. Cook over low heat for 20 minutes. Put in jars and process 60 minutes at 10 pounds. I use pint jars and about 45 minutes. Good luck. Make 6 pints. That is so cool to me. I could sit here and go through this for hours. This one looks like it's on parchment paper. Russian salad dressing. Look at that. Boil 1 cup sugar, 1 cup vinegar. Boil until syrup drops heavy from spoon. Juice of 1 lemon. When cold, beat in oil, ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, grated onion, celery seed, soaked half an hour in cold water, paprika, and salt. I could sit here for hours and go through these. And the boxes are in great shape. This one does have a cracked lid. Right there, you see it? But it's not splitting like I think they... Oh, I guess it is. I can get my husband to fix that, or I can just put wood glue in there and glue it to keep it safe. Could you imagine? I would love to have my grandma's. Molasses sugar cookies. Oh, look. A cup and a half shortening, half a cup molasses, flour, sugar, eggs, cinnamon, cloves, ginger, baking soda. That is so cool to me. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. Okay. Ah. Okay. The very last thing that I want to show you guys. Now, I did go through this. Well, let me rephrase this. So we're at the end of an antique store and I look up, we're going towards the register, and I look up and I see something that catches my eye and I'm like, what's that? So what I saw was, where is it at? What I saw was, I just want to show you just what I saw. Right there. That's all I saw. And I knew instantly, Viewmaster discs. So I grab it and I pull it down and this is what I find. And I was like, okay, don't panic. So I set it down on the floor, and I'm like a little kid. Whenever I find something that I really, really want, like I grab it and I set it down on the floor and I squat down with it and I'm like, and I take the lid off and I see a blue one and a red one. The red one is in perfect condition. Like there's nothing wrong with that. The blue one has, like, it almost looks like it got melted right there. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't have a blue one. So I was like, okay, okay. And I have gone through these and I've organized them. Unfortunately, that is not in there. I'm okay with, not a huge deal. I would really have loved to have had that because I've never seen that before. Wasn't in there, not a big deal. But it was like overflowing with Viewmaster discs. And There are hundreds of them. All of the Viewmasters that it's, the Muppets that it advertises on the thing are in here. They're all in here. And then, you know, much more. So I grabbed this, and then so like I said, these were in like a mound inside here, and I actually went through and organized them all, put them all together and all of that. But oh, excuse me, it had all of these little things in here. And they were all open, just like laying around on the bottom, and I put them together by like, so like if I looked at it, this has a big picture, this one has a little picture, this one has a little picture, but it's kind of not as white as that one. So I thought, okay, well, these go together, and I put them all together and put them in different little bags. And then my husband explained to me that these go in, I've never seen one. I think I've seen them on TV before, but it has like a round thing on the top, and it's a projector that projects it on the wall, you know, and then it's just a round thing that just spins, and it shows a picture on each one. I think I've seen one on TV. I don't think I've ever seen one in person. If I did, I didn't know that that's what it was. But it was full of these, and I was like, what on earth? So I bagged them up, and I was like, maybe I'll find one sometime. I don't know. But it was full of those. And the Viewmasters, which were great. I was happy. And my husband actually bought it for me, so I didn't have to spend my money on them. Oh man, I was just, and there's so many of them. Like some of these I put together, like this one isn't just one disc, it's 3. This one's 2. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 6 discs. Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. I wonder if I can get that. I wonder if I can get this to where you guys can see it. Oh, here we go. Probably not. Yeah, so right there is the queen, and she's saying, who's the fairest of them all? I don't know what that one is. Snow White. Now the queen's telling the little servant to kill Snow White. I need a flashlight. Dang it. Anyway, so I am a happy person. And now I have all this stuff to put up. I'll have to show you guys one time all of my Viewmaster stuff. One day I'll find a projector like that, because that is the coolest thing I have ever seen. But anyway, that's it. That is my 2-part antique. I'm glancing to make sure there's nothing I missed. Yeah, that was everything. I had a blast. Didn't spend a whole lot of money. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss what's next. Turn on your notifications so you get notified for any of the videos I put out, tutorials or magazine flip-throughs or antique haul finds, all that kind of stuff. You guys are all the greatest. Only you guys know the love I have for the things I find. And that's it. I could hug each and every one of you, but I'm going to get out of here. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.